In the following figure, the base of the pyramid has the same area as the base of the cylinder, and the cylinder is twice the height of the pyramid. What is the ratio of the volume of the pyramid to the volume of the cylinder? Alright, you have to know the formula for the area of a pyramid and the area of a cylinder. Or are we doing the volume? Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. We're on the bottom here. The area of any figure, you have the area of the bottom, and then when you multiply it by the height, it gives you the volume. So, on the base here, we still need the formulas, because we're going to make this out of volume. So the volume for a pyramid is going to be LW3, not LW3. Length, width, and height, there we go, divided by 3, and then a cylinder is going to be the base times the height. The base is pi r squared, and the height is going to let that give you the volume. Okay, so now on the bottom it says that the pyramid has the base of the pyramid has the same area as the cylinder. So we're talking about this. The base of the pyramid and the base of the cylinder are going to be the same. That means length times width for the pyramid is going to be the same as pi r squared for that. So notice what's left. You have 1/3 h, and then you just have h. There's one other thing that you have to remember, and that is this. And the cylinder is twice the height of the pyramid. So this cylinder is going to be double the height of this. So we have the height divided by 3. So if we put this in terms of the pyramid, you would end up with 2h here. So h times 1/3, the h is separate, but you're multiplying it by 1/3. But this is going to be 2h if we put it in terms of that. So it's double that. We have one, you have to multiply this by 1/3, and then this is a 2. So look down here at your choices. Is there anything that we can eliminate, or do we need to do some more work? Alright, so we'll look at this. We have 1/3 h compared to 2h. If I multiply this by something, I've got to do the same thing over here. What can I do to get rid of that 1/3? Close. If I want to get rid of a fraction, I multiply through by what? The denominator. That's it. So if I multiply this by 3 and this by 3, that 1/3 is going to cancel out. And you just have h. Over here I would have 6h. So this is pyramid to cylinder. What is the ratio of the volume of the pyramid to the cylinder? And it's going to be
so it's the same
that.
thing.
Alright, so we have to solve for x here, and we're going to have k in the answer. So if we do that, cross multiply to get x squared plus 2x, and then set it equal to 2k. But if you move the 2k over to this side and make it minus 2k and set everything equal to 0, then you could possibly, you could come up with a quadratic equation and do that. One possible way to do this is if you're going to try to factor it, if you want to look at it in these terms, if you have a plus and a minus, if you have plus and minus, then in your factoring you have to have plus and minus. Oh, whoops, so we have to have a minus there. So we would need two numbers that multiply to get a negative 2k, but add to get simply 2. So that's one way you could do it. But if you look at the choices, there's nothing in there that comes out to where it's going to be factored where you have two answers. The only way you'd have two answers is if you do plus or minus on the square roots. So we have to find something that's going to allow us to take a square root.
2 plus or minus the square root of -2.
Alright, so we'll do the quadratic formula. -2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times, and then C is going to be -2k. And then on the bottom you'll have 2 times A, which is going to be just 1. So simplify -2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 8k. And then on the bottom you have a 2.
And then you can factor everything by 2.
You can do -2 plus or minus, and then inside the parentheses you'll have 4 factored out like this, and then you'd have to go back and separate it.
I just took the 4 completely out and answered it.
So square root, if I break these two up right here, I would just have a 2, because the square root of 4 is 2, and then you would have this in that spot. Now you can factor out all through there and get a -1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 2k. And which one does that match in the answers? Let's see, we need 1 plus 2k. We have a -1.
-1, so it would be same as 1 minus 2.
-1, it would be the same as -1, so it would have to be k. Yeah. Well, on 57 we have a squared plus 2ab plus b squared on the top equals 2a plus 2b. Also on the bottom you have a squared minus b squared. Now you have to understand that the top part of that fraction is the same thing as this. A plus b quantity squared. Or you could write it like this: a plus b times a plus b, and on the bottom the difference of two squares, you alternate the signs like that. And then off to the side of it there you have 2a plus 2b, but you can factor out a 2 and have just a plus b. So let's see what we can knock out here. From top to bottom there you can have this. I need to move my screen up a little bit. So if those are gone, you're left with a plus b over a minus b, and set that equal to 2a plus b, like that. So part of the problem here was, or the actual solution is to find the value of a minus b. So on the top, if a plus b going straight across to the right is multiplied by 2, a minus b must also be multiplied by 2 at some point to get a 1. So what do I multiply by 2 to get a 1? A half. So that would be the answer. Answer is D, 1/2. Which of the following functions has a range of f of x greater than or equal to 4? Okay. So that means if you put something in for x, you add 4 to it, and then find the absolute value. The range on this, remember, do you know the difference between domain and range?
Yeah, range is average.
Now, think of it like this: f of x, and you have whatever function in there. The x side over here, you have x and then y. Y is what you get back. X is what you put in, y is what you get back. So this is in and this is out. The x is called the domain. The y is called something that starts with an R. Range, yes. So it's the range. Now, you have to know that because this problem will make more sense. The range means the possible solutions that come out of it are greater than or equal to 4. So what you could do is go through and look at this. You have x plus 4, and if I find the absolute value, what if I put a 1 in on this one, on choice F,
It'd be 5.
and the absolute value makes it 5? What if I put a 2 in?
It'd be 6.
What if I put a negative 1 in?
It'd be 5.
A negative 1 plus 4 is
Negative 3.
positive 3.
Yeah.
What if I put a negative 2 in? Negative 2 plus 4?
2.
2, so it would be a 2 coming back. Now, is the output on this, which is the range, greater than or equal to 4?
No.
Alright, so with this one, on the second one here for G, what if I put in a 0? I'd get back what final answer?
4.
I would get back a 4. What if I put in a 1?
You're going to get back a 3.
You're going to get a 3. So is that greater than or equal to? Alright, what about this one? For H, what if I put in a 0? What am I going to get back?
0.
0, yes. What if I put in a 0 on this one?
Get 0.
I put in a 0.
Oh, no.
0?
8.
Yeah, I'd get back an 8 if I put that in there.
That's the answer. J is the answer. Isn't it?
Well, we'll see. We'll test the other one as well. So if I put in a 0, I get back an 8. What if I put in a negative 1? Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. So, and then you get back a 7, right? Okay, now on the bottom one down here, if I put in a 0, what do I get back?
Yeah.
0 minus 4 is negative 4. Absolute value is 4, and then minus 4 is 0, right? So that's less than 4, and it has to be greater than or equal to 4. So J would be the right answer.